Hi, I'm Tyson Franklin and welcome to this week's video. Today is not so much a business tip, but I think this is more of a suggestion for life that I think you'll get something from it. And over the last few days, I've been down at the Gold Coast and Brisbane catching up with family. And a while back, I thought it'd be a really good idea to actually do an interview with my mum, to actually talk about what it was like for her growing up as a child and where she went to school, and learn more about my family that she can remember, because I can only go back so much myself with my grandmother and great-grandmother. But I thought it'd be fantastic to find out more about my mum. So we sat down for about an hour and a half and I did this fantastic recording about where she grew up, where she went to school. She told me about when she ran with the Olympic torch, when the Olympic Games was in Australia. She talked about the coronation of the Queen. It was really, really interesting. And the other reason why I wanted to do this was my father passed away when he was 49. I was only 17 at the time. That was back in 1983. And back in the day, I've always liked audio. So I used to have a cassette recorder. And on one particular night, I recorded my dad, my mum, and their next door neighbours having a conversation. And I still actually have that recording to this day. And I wish I had more. So I thought, why my mother is still with us, and hopefully she's going to be around for a bit longer. She's 80 this year. That I thought it'd be great to ask her questions about her life and about growing up and when she got married and meeting my dad and what it was like when we were kids growing up and different things that we did as a family, why we chose to do those things, and getting her thoughts and opinions on it. And I just think this is something that everybody watching this video should do at some stage. Interview your parents. Now, yes, I have different recording equipment, so I was able to take it along and hook up microphones with my mum. That was nice and easy. We didn't do video, it was just audio. And no one will ever get to listen to it other than me and other family members, whether they want to listen to it now or sometime in the future. But I plan on doing this on a more regular basis. Each time I go down the Gold Coast, ask my mum other questions about life and her opinions on different things. Now, when I did this interview with her, I learned so much about my mum in a very short period of time. There were some stories I was very well aware of, but there were other ones that I had no idea about. And I was so glad that I got to share this with my mother. So like I said, I have a recording equipment, but everybody would have a phone that they can easily use the record part on that phone. And think about interviewing your parents. If you've got both parents alive, interview both of them. But I just think this is something where you've got a fantastic opportunity to ask them questions about themselves, growing up, their schooling, their marriage, their life. And like I said, my plan is each time I see my mum, is I'm going to ask her questions about other aspects of life. Or she could go back in time and she was talking to her younger self. What advice would she give? And like I mentioned, I had so much fun doing it. It was a little bit funny at the start because my mum sort of go, "What the bloody hell you want? What do you want this for? What are you going to use this for?" And I go, "Mum, it's just for me. I'm not going to play it on the podcast. I'm not going to share it anywhere. This is just for myself and other family members down the track." But I think with the technology we've got today, we should be recording conversations and recording important conversations. Like I said, my dad died in 1983, which is a long time ago, back when I was 17. And I just happened to do this recording when I was about 10. It only goes for a couple of minutes. And I wish I had hours and hours of recording of his voice so I could listen to him today. If you've got the opportunity to do it, please put some time aside. If your parents live away, next time you go and visit them, record the conversation with them. Ask them questions about their life. One, you'll learn a lot more about them, and you never know, that conversation may lead on to another one, and then you can do this on a regular basis. And who's to say 20, 30, 40, 50 years time, your kids, your grandchildren can listen back to this and go, "Oh, that was my great-grandmother, my great-great-grandmother." It will be there forever. So that's why I wanted to do this particular video. It meant so much to me actually doing it. And I think you will enjoy it as well. And it's not just your parents. If you've got other family members that are important to you, sit down with them and do an audio recording. It's the easiest thing you can do. You don't have to hook up video cameras, do anything fancy. Just do a simple audio recording with them and ask them about their lives. Because I tell you, some of the older people in our lives, our parents and maybe it's uncles and aunties who are older, the life that they lived back then is so different to what we live now. And when my mum was sharing some of the things when she was like 10, 11, 12, some of the things she did, when she talked about money and other aspects of life and what she paid for a house and how much a car was and how they had to save a deposit to do certain things, it was a real eye-opener for me. And I just took so much away from it. Like I said, I'm going to continue to do more recordings as I can, and I'm just going to keep doing them until I can't do them anymore. Okay, I hope you get something from that. Please go and do it. It will be one of the best things you ever do. Okay. If you're enjoying these videos, please tell your podiatry friends. Tell any friends if you think they'll get something, especially from this particular video. Check out the podcast if you get a chance. Leave a rating and review on the podcast if you can. Give us a thumbs up for this video and subscribe. Okay. I'll talk to you next week. Bye.